from the ship there, Ron.
You took the wind off of it, baby. Loosened me up, huh?
All right, good evening, everybody. Welcome to the V-Speed Contender Series, sponsored by Nitro, FRT Motorsports, and Nipa Towing. As you can tell tonight, we have a new look. Changed up the way the broadcast looks a little bit. I hope I'm going to be able to provide you guys with a little more information, a little more professional look. So since it's this maiden voyage, please bear with me. Hopefully everything will work correctly. But we should be okay. Tonight takes us to Iowa Speedway. Iowa's been around for a little bit, mainly a NASCAR track. I think IndyCar run there a little bit, but mainly it's a NASCAR track. Been around since 2006, so it hasn't been around that long. One of the newer speedways. I think this was a track that Rusty Wallace had something to do with, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. But I know it's off of Rusty Wallace Drive, Newton, Iowa. But anyway, it's the Kentucky Speedway developer Jerry Carroll. It's kind of his idea, and they made it happen. So, kind of a short track, kind of a big Richmond. It's almost is the easiest way that I can explain it. So, a couple different lines that these trucks can run tonight. So we will see how that goes and see how well these drivers handle it. The official races this week have been hit or miss, some good, some bad. So we will see. Now, I apologize once again for not being here last week. Of course, Hurricane Milton decided to rear its ugly head, and thank the good Lord that I didn't really have much damage or cleanup than anything. Had a couple trees get down, bunch of debris. I will say this. Everybody wants to be a lumberjack until it's time to do lumberjack stuff. I am here to tell you that I am way too old for manual labor. So, definitely one of those things that I was not looking forward to. Still have a few trees that I need to cut up, but I got all of the debris and stuff cleaned up and burned up. So I apologize for not being here last week. Let's hope that is the last of our bad storms for this year. What I did miss was another first-time winner, and it seems to be the pattern here. Todd Craig brings home his first win last week. Hunter Kent finished in second, and Nick Hulslander rounding out the podium. Ryan Lang finished fourth, Jim Johnson fifth, Russ Bovair in sixth, Cody Morgan in seventh, John DiMatteo in eighth, Harry Snelson in ninth, and Blair Patterson in 10th. So tonight we are sitting on 4 races to go, so 2/3 of the way through the season. So as it stands right now, Channing Ballou still holds that point lead over Bailey Dutton by about 22 points. So, but we all know that can change in a blink of an eye. Hunter Kent is third place right now in the points. Ryan Lang's in fourth place. Jimmy Babb is in fifth. Nick Hulslander's in sixth. Todd Cray is in seventh. Moved up 7 spots with that win last week. Timmy Longwood's in 8th, Logan Kai's in 9th, and Russ Bovair rounds out the top 10 for the points this season. So right now, it looks like Hunter Kent, Channing Ballou back up at the top of the charts there with the speed. We will see if that will continue on through the night. Or through the day, I should say. This is a day race, so sim times and a little after 1 in the afternoon, so. So again, I'm trying to make this thing look a little more professional, make Doc look good, make the league look good. So always, if you have any recommendations, please reach out. I don't do this for a living. I do this for fun to help out Doc and the league. So I definitely, what I learn is just on the fly, because I do have a day job. So any of you professionals out there that know all about streaming and can throw me some pointers, I am willing to listen. I think you'll see like some of the new features in the site or in the overlays here, so I have some cool stuff coming up. Some cool stuff that we could do throughout the race now too, so that would be a neat little addition to the broadcast. Alright, so while we're waiting for these guys to get their warm-up done, pause a little bit and I'll be right back with you. We got a couple more minutes left here. Nick Hall's lander on the track. Fourth place in points currently. Sound like somebody blew up. Oh, looks like Case and Plot decided to throw it into the fence there. Jimmy Babs rocking a different paint tonight. Going for the man in black look. Looks like they'll a couple more laps to go here. And these guys will be ready to hit the track qualifying. Definitely a different look for Jimmy. I don't believe I've ever seen him in an all-black truck before. And the red flag is out. Guys get pulled in and ready for qualifying. All right, so there you have it. Right now, at the top of the board, looks like Hunter Kent with the fast times. One of the cool new features of the overlay here. Get to show these results. All right. So tonight, running Iowa. Almost a mile, not quite, a little more than 3/4 of a mile. Outside of Newton, Iowa. Right now it's 78 degrees and clear. So should be a nice race. Not too hot, not too cold. Should be a lot of grip in the track. All right, so right now it looks like we have Nick Holzlander sitting at the top there. So here's Bailey Dutton, our second place in points currently. Watch that qualifying lap. I think Bailey's been tough even in the official races this week. He's definitely going to have a piece to contend with tonight. And to the pole he goes. So who else we got? So it looks like Chan and Baloo. Track here. Takes the green flag. Our current points leader. Doing that speedway qualifying up top. First lap brought him in at 11th. Let's see what this second lap puts him at. That puts him at second place. Mason Platt rolls up to 5th. Tim Marlowe rolls in at 7th. And the boss man, Mr. Russ. Right. Jimmy Babb. All right, so that looks like that takes care of it. All right, so it looks like we're going to have like Bailey Dutton's going to start on the pole tonight. All right, so they're going to go through a little bit of a driver's meeting here. That will get everybody on the same page. And then they'll be ready to go out for a little bit of warm-up. And then we'll take her to green. I was trying to bring up the results from qualifying, but it is not wanting to cooperate. I knew there was going to be some growing pains with this, but we'll figure it out. Figure it out. All right, so looks like that driver's meeting's probably just about over. Should be heading out onto the track here shortly. All right, driver's meeting is over. So that will give everybody a couple laps to do a little bit of warm up, and then we should be set. Be ready to go racing. real easy for these trucks to spin coming up off the corner. They unload pretty good, especially when you run that low line. So I would say we're going to have at least a couple cautions tonight. These guys are pretty good at what they do, so we may get surprised. All right, so that is the red flag. We are going to get ready to start the grid. All right, so tonight, starting on the pole, at Bailey Dutton, time of 22:74. Outside will be Channing Ballou. Next row will be Nick Hulslander and Brinson Hunt. Next row is going to be Kason Plott and Hunter Kent. Next row is going to be Tim Marlowe and Rachel Hunt. Next row will be John DiMatteo and Richard Malagani. Next row is going to be Ryan Lang and Anthony Promoda. Next row is going to be Bradley Miner and Jordan Martin. Next row is going to be Russ Bobear and Jim Johnson. Next row is going to be Timmy Logwood and Joe Zader. Next row is Ron Thompson and Doc Stout. Next row is Jimmy Babb, Shane Posey. Doug Chevelle brings up the rear. All right, everybody. One to go. Lights are out on the pace truck. Everybody getting all ready to go. And there you see our lineup. Alright, so the Chevrolet pace truck bring them down the backstretch going into 3. Should dip off and Bailey should get that green flag.
Green flag, green flag.
Alright, and the green flag is out. Bailey Dutton gets a good push from his teammate, Nick Hulslander. Puts him out front. Nick's going to be able to slide up in front of Channing. into that second spot. Right. So it looks like everybody gets off to a good clean start. Bailey leading the first couple laps. So there's kind of two distinct lines running around this place. You have the low line and the high line. You're going to see these guys running both. And even as the run goes on, you'll see them, the ones that were running the low line, roll on up to the top side. Looks like Rachel Hunt gets around Case and Plot on the outside there to take over that 6th spot. Ryan Lang here. That's another one that I'm assuming is probably going to do really good here. He likes these kind of tracks. Good short track driver. So I expect to see Ryan up front before the night's over with. Got Anthony Promoter back here. Kind of picking his way through the front. Still running around in 12th where he started. Not a whole lot of changes currently, but I'm sure that will change as the race goes on. Got Jim Johnson back here and Jordan Martin. Got Bradley Mentor and Joe Zader here. Timmy Logwood and the 5 Lug Mafia. It's like Doc's trying to make a run on the boss man here on the outside. Shane Posey trying to get on the inside of Doc. Back up front, you got Bailey Dutton. He's kind of checked out all by himself. Everybody's playing nice, just kind of keeping their cool. Like we got some good racing back here in this pack still. Doc gets by the 46 truck of Bradley Mentor. They're going to go to the inside of Jim Johnson. Doc up into the 16th spot. Still currently. Same 1, 2, 3. Bailey Dutton, Channing Ballou, and Nick Holslander. Top 3. Brinson Hutt and Rachel Hunt rounding out the top 5. Definitely a rhythm track. Missed that entry into 1 and you're kind of screwed a little bit. But Bailey definitely has that truck on rails this week. As you can see, from 1st to 5th, like Brinson's kind of creeping up on Bailey there. Been running a little bit faster the last couple laps. So I don't know if some of these guys are dropping back and saving some tire or what they got going on here, but I know Russ and Jimmy, all those guys are running really good in the open races. So I don't know if they got some strategy going on or what. As you can see, at those 2 different lines, some are running low, some are running high, some are running high in one corner, low in the other corner. That definitely makes for fun racing. All right, so after 25 laps, we have Bailey Dutton leading. Channing Ballou in second. Looks like as we're talking about it, Nick Holslander is challenging him for that second spot. We got Brinson Hunt in fourth. Rachel Hunt in fifth. Looks like as we're talking to her, she's getting challenged by Hunter Kent for that position. Kason Plott in seventh. Anthony Promoter coming up to challenge for that position. So that's seventh and eighth. Ninth, we have Mr. Jordan Martin. 10th, we have Mr. Ryan Lang. 11th, we have Tim Marlowe. 12th, we have one of our series sponsors, Mr. Joe Zader. Deepa Towing. And right underneath him, we have Richard Malagani. Running right there with him is Timmy Longwood. And the 96 truck of John DiMatteo. Mr. Shane Posey comes up next. And Mr. Jimmy Babb. League owner Mr. Doc Stout. And Bradley Mentor. Mr. Russ Bovair in 20th. Last season's champion, Mr. Ron Thompson, 21st. Mr. Doug Schaffel in 22nd. Mr. Jim Johnson, 23rd. Now these two have been going at it for a couple laps. It's like they kind of traded back and forth. Alright, since we're at a relatively dull roar, let's pay some tribute to our sponsors. First one goes out to Mr. Andre Greer, FRT Motorsports. Alright, back at it. Still Mr. Bailey Dutton leading up front. Got a nice little comfortable lead of about a second and a half over second place Shannon Ballou. Nick Holzlander in third. Brinson Hunt in fourth. Tell you what, man, those Team Conti boys have just come in here and made a showing this season. First four drivers, all Team Conti. Respectively, have the first four drivers in the Points Championship are all Team Conti drivers. So they definitely came to make a statement this season. Nick and Channing duking it out here. Looks like Nick may be able to make it stick this time. Channing's going to cross him right back over. But I think Nick may have the preferred line this time. He let him go. Channing slid up. Nick playing the long game, let him go. Good thing about this for Brinson is while those two are messing around, this allowed him to catch right on up to these guys. Next thing you know, he's going to be in the mix. once again. Nick's going to try to get on that inside in 1 and 2. Can he make it stick coming out of the corner? Looks like he may make it stick this time. Looks like we may start having some pit stops here shortly. Channing goes right back around him. Makes a crossover move. Nick gets a better run off the corner this time and is going to be able to make that position stick. Channing battling right back on the inside. Just not able to make that run happen. A little battle here with Jimmy Babb and Shane Posey. They've been battling out the same way as Nick and Channing have been for the last couple laps. Got Doc and Tim Marlowe going at it in the here. Doc's going to make that pass on the outside. Looks like Brinson's caught up to Channing now. But lurking in the shadows back here is Mr. Anthony Promoter, the king of tire saving. He is knocking it down now. As we're doing this, it looks like Brinson's trying to set up Channing here for that pass. This tire's starting to get a little wear on them now. These guys are going to have to wheel these trucks. Drive them with an egg under your throttle. Bailey still continues to be the fastest truck on the track. Looks like Brinson's going to get that run on the inside of Channing. Now the question is he going to be able to make that pass work? Not quite this lap. Channing was able to go right back around. He just definitely couldn't get the power down like he wanted. Takes another run at it, coming out of 2. They touch. That's allowing Anthony Promoter to come into picture. So we're going to have us a race here shortly. Anthony's just been back there quietly saving his tires. And he is coming. Looks like he's going to try to dispose of Brinson Hunt first. Getting a killer run off that inside. These guys are starting to get loose. See Channing there make a great save. Anthony's able to pull up beside Brinson. How's he going to be able to get around him off this exit? He's going to try to get Channing. Not quite. Next lap. Should be able to make that pass. And there we go. Anthony Promota's going to complete that pass and move on into third place. Now the bad thing about that is Bailey Dutton has got about a 2-second lead on second place Nick Hulslander. And then almost a 5-second lead back to Anthony. So Bailey has definitely got something figured out this week. Consistently the fastest truck on the track for the last 50 laps. Brenson Hunt was coming there for a while, but that changed. It's like the 11 truck of Case and Plot is off the track. Like Jim Johnson's left the race. Not sure what happened to them. It looks like Jordan Martin's done caught up to 7th place Hunter Kent now. Rachel Hunt right there as well. Hunter trying to keep Jordan pinned down now so he can't make that pass. Really hard to pass here unless you have a truck that's that much faster. Hard to get that run up off the corner when they're running the outside. Now while we're watching this little battle, this is allowing my pick, Ryan Lang, to ease on up into the picture here. This is riding around in 8th place or 9th place here. Not sure what happened to Jordan Martin. I don't know if we lost him or what happened there. That was a good battle going on with Hunter, and then he disappeared. Back up front, you still have Brenson Hunt, Shannon Ballou battling it out. Looks like Nick's kind of closing in on Bailey. Now, granted, Bailey could be managing his tires at this point. Looks like Nick's done knocked off about 4/10 in the last few laps. But I would assume they could be coming up on halfway here shortly. I would assume that they're going to be coming in somewhere around that time frame. Ryan Lang, our 9th place truck that we were just riding with, is in the pits. Makes his exit off of pit road here. So now, green flag pits here puts you down almost 2 laps. So in this case, Ryan came out right in front of the leader before he was going to be 2 laps down. So him short pitting a little bit is definitely going to help him make up some time. As you can tell, he's just pulling away from Brinson. So, I mean Bailey. So here you have it. Mr. Bailey Dutton out front with about a 1-second lead over 2nd place Nick Holzlander. Take a little break, take a little commercial break, and let's rep our other sponsor, Mr. Joe Zader from Nipa Towing. Alright, there you have it. Need any kind of towing or recovery up in the Pennsylvania area? Just give Joe a call at Nipa Towing. They should be able to take care of any of those needs for you. Back out front, we have Bailey Dutton still leading the way. Still has about a 1-second lead over Nick Holzlander. Looks like Anthony Promotus done cut into that lead as well. He had over almost a 6-second lead, and now it's down to under 4 seconds. It's like the 16 truck that was in 7th place, or 6th place, I'm sorry. Now Miss Rachel Hunt decided to come into the pits. See her pit stop. Looks like she's going to grab some 4 freshies and a little bit of fuel. Should be down and away. Good stop for Rachel. Still have these two battling out. They've been nose to tail almost the entire race here. So we're looking at 60 to go. Bailey Dutton still setting that blistering speed. I mean, it's Anthony Promoter's definitely cutting into that lead though. Still a little less than 4 seconds behind. But he chooses to go ahead and roll off and do that little bit of short pit. See if he can make up a little bit of time in the pits. Let's cover Anthony's stop here. Right side up on the truck. Left side up. Down on the way. Good stop for Anthony. Back up front, Bailey's choosing to stay out. So we'll see how the strategy plays into Anthony's hands. So it looks like the 70 truck of Nick Holzlander's going to pull in for his stop. The 2 truck is pulling in for his stop. So 2 laps more than Anthony. We will see how that plays out as far as time is concerned on the track. So Brinson's not even to his pit stall yet. And Anthony's got his lap back. So Anthony's getting his lap back now. So that's going to put him right out in front of Brinson. So now it's a new race. We have Nick Holzlander that came in 2 laps before that put him out in front of Brinson. Or 3 laps before. And then you have Anthony Promoter that came in 2 laps before. So we'll see how that goes. So here's where it usually gets dicey. Lap trucks coming out on the track. People trying to make passes. So it looks like Brinson was able to get around Anthony. All of these people right here are running for position. So nobody wants to give up anything. You still have Channing Ballou that's out there leading the pack. Every lap he stays out there, he is definitely killing his time. The only thing he can hope for at this point is probably a caution. It's like everybody else that was out is now going to be in. Ron Thompson should be the last person, or Channing Ballou and Ron Thompson should be the last 2 on the track that hasn't pitted. Oh, we got a crash. The 46 truck. He's able to keep moving. So that doesn't bring out the caution. But that does put him out right in front of Brinson Hunt in 10th place here. So looks like Channing finally decided to go ahead and pit. Let's see where that puts him out on the track. compared to everybody else. Yeah, that's gonna put him a good ways back. And there it is. Last person out, Mr. Ron Thompson's in the pits. That should relegate the lead to Nick Holzlander. But Bailey Dutton is coming fast. So with 45 laps to go after the round of pit stops, we have Mr. Nick Holzlander in the lead over Bailey Dutton, Anthony Promoter, Ryan Lang, and Richard Malagani round out that top 5. Looks like Brinson's Bailey's trying to make a move on Nick. Trying to set him up here. See where that weak spot's at, see where he can get around him. Mr. Joe Zeta that's running right there with him. He's first truck a lap down. He seems to be running right there with those guys. Same way with Russ Bovair. Guys have been the class of the field all night long. It's been the first time in the night that Bailey's really even had any competition. Bailey's strong, but it'd be kind of hard to pass Nick on the inside, and Nick's not going to give it to him. Tell you how fast this race can change. Rachel Hunt was running 7th, about 10 seconds back prior to the pit stop, and now she's going a lap down. Not sure what happened to Brinson. He's a lap down currently, so I don't know if he had some kind of penalty or what. Brinson's trying that high side now. He's been powerful on that outside. Nix doesn't give it to him and probably done made a mistake. Gonna wish he didn't do it. It's like Joe trying to get his lap back the old-fashioned way. Same way with Russ. There you have it. Mr. Bailey Dutton back to the lead with 35 to go. We have Bailey Dutton, Nick Holzlander, Anthony Promoter, Ryan Lang, and Channing Beluge, top 5. Joe's giving it hell there, man. Trying to get around Nick. Joe and Russell both have less laps on their tires, so they probably are a little bit quicker. Fresher tires. Like Joe's going to be able to pull up even with Nick. Almost make that pass. Can't quite get that run out of the second corner. Joe gets a really good run through 3 and 4, so probably in a couple laps he's going to be able to get around him. He can continue to get a good run off of. Oh, Joe's going to use the 96 as a pick, and it works. With that good entry into 3 and 4, he's able to make that pass. Good job, Joe. Now let's see what Russ can do. John DiMatteo hanging tough on the outside there, making it hard for Nick to pass or get around. But you can't blame him, he's racing for position 2. Looks like Russ is going to make that pass now. And Joe Nick and Russ still at it. Should be able to get around him here in the next lap. Is he going to be able to make it stick? Not quite. He does. Slides right up in front of it. Now Russ has got his sights set on the leader. See if he can get his lap back. Shane Posey and John DiMatteo back there racing for position. Shane may be able to make that pass. Back up front, Bailey Dutton has set sail once again. 20 to go. We still have Bailey Dutton out front. Nick Hulslander in second. Anthony Promoter in third. Channing Ballou in fourth. And Ryan Lang in fifth. Once again, we can look at the these lap times, compare them to Ryan Lang. This is the last 5 laps, and that's from first to fifth. So as you can see, the further we go, the faster Ryan is. Just don't think he quite has enough time to catch up. Russ is still trying to get there to make that pass. Russ, first truck a lap down. Got about 7 lap fresher tires than Bailey. He is wheeling that thing. I think Brinson knows if him and Russ get to racing, he's probably going to allow Nick to catch him. So he's probably going to make it hard on Russ to get around him. Russ gets such a good run through 3 and 4, but Bailey turns right around and gets it back in 1 and 2. Nick knows he don't have a whole lot of time, so looks like he's done turned up the wick a little bit, starting to reel Bailey back in. Just like that, Nick's right there. And Russ goes ahead and gets on out of the way so he doesn't affect that outcome. It's called respecting the other racers. He knew he couldn't get any further, so he let Nick go. Alright, with 10 to go. Still have Bailey Dutton out front, Nick Hulslander in second, Anthony Promoter in third, Channing Ballou in fourth, and Ryan Lang in fifth. While we were all talking and watching the battling up front, Anthony Promoter has just done knocked it out of the ballpark here. He's only 2 seconds back now, but I think he's running out of time. Let's check out his lap times. Alright, with 5 to go, you still have Bailey Dutton. Bailey Dutton leading the pack. Nick Holzlander hot on his heels. I think Doc's going to be pretty satisfied with this race tonight. We have gone caution free. I guess I shouldn't have said that too early, but coming back with 3 to go. Nick's trying to make that final push. 2 to go. Is he going to have enough? Or is Bailey Dutton going to continue to command this race like he has from the start? All right, white flag is out. This race is going to be official. Bailey's thinking just one more lap. One more lap. Nick sends it into 2. Pulls up a little bit closer. Is he going to be able to make up any time down the back? Sends it into 3 and 4. Gets up to the rear bumper. Just not going to make it tonight. And it's Bailey Dutton, your winner tonight. With Nick Holzlander in 2nd. And Anthony Promoda in 3rd. Great race, great race. Caution free at Iowa Speedway. I know the crowd is cheering for that one. Some great racing going on here tonight. All right. Let's see if we can get these guys up here in the booth.
Don't worry about it, Doc. I'll get there before you do.
You're in here with me.
Never mind. Holzlander's got him.
All right. All right. Well, Bailey, I missed the first one, but I didn't miss this one, man.
Got the monkey off my back.
Right. I felt bad when I missed the other one, but you know those damn hurricanes kind of get a little bit of a priority, so wasn't much I could do about that.
That would be about the time I get a win, you know.
Hey,
no documentation.
And then of course last week hurricane again, and Todd wins.
I know.
And speaking of Todd, where's he at tonight?
I don't know. You know, he just had a big ear surgery, so I don't know.
Oh, okay. I hope he's okay. All right.
Yeah, they had to reconstruct his ear, so I don't know if he had an appointment or something, or if it was bothering him today. So I hadn't heard from him. So
all right. Well,
hopefully he's all right.
Yeah, tell him we'll keep him in our prayers for him. Nick, you were trying there at the end, man. I thought you were gonna. I thought your pitch strategy was gonna help you out there, but Bailey was tough, man.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely was faster long run for sure. Short run, I should have made an adjustment, and I didn't. So it bit me in the ass. I was too loose.
Well, I don't know if you guys were watching, but Anthony was coming like a freaking screaming banshee. He made up 6 seconds on you guys after the pit stop.
Oh, trust me, I was well aware.
He was coming for blood.
I
man.
needed more darn time. I just got too far behind you two.
Yeah, I watched that and I'm like, damn, man, he's flying.
There he was.
But yeah, that was. What do you guys think about a caution-free race here, man? The official races have been horrible.
Love it. Absolutely love it.
I thought we were going to have one because somebody self-spun off of turn 2 after pit stops.
Yeah.
Oh, there was more than one of those.
Yeah, 46 did, but he was able to keep going, so it didn't bring out the caution. So that was a good thing there. I was hoping that wasn't going to cause a caution and come out right after you guys had pitted. That just kind of screw up everybody's strategy. But anyway,
Yep.
Great race. Next week, what is it? Homestead next week?
Yep.
All right, so that'll be another good track, another good race. Any shout-outs, Mr. Anthony? Anything?
Russ, Nate, and everybody at Nitro.
Nick, how about yourself?
The boys over at Conti, as usual. Dustin, Adam, the group.
Good.
Always putting us up front every week, just about. So can't complain.
Awesome. How about you, Bailey, since you're sitting in the winner's circle?
Basically everything Nick just said. Conti, everyone over there, Dustin for taking the time to build the setups, and everybody here that makes this little league run. So I think I'll wrap it up with that.
All right, good deal. Well, there you have it from Iowa Speedway. Bailey Dutton, your winner tonight. Second place, Mr. Nick Hulslander. And third place, Mr. Anthony Promoter. We shall see you guys next week at Homestead. Thanks for tuning in. Have a